Hey guys, welcome back to Casey Farms. Today is the day we are moving our young pullets into their new chickshaws. So they've been running here in the chicken tractors for the first little while of them being outside, and now we're gonna let them out to kind of safe range and not be in these chicken tractors. They are 14 weeks old and they are looking fantastic. And you can see whether they like us or not, I don't know, but they know that we bring them food and they are not worried about us coming in here anymore. Now, when we go and start to catch them, to move them, that is gonna be a different story because they will be flying all over. It is not like catching meat chickens. These guys are these girls, I should say, are athletes, and they are gonna be flying over and jumping all over the place because they don't wanna be caught. So we've kind of got a two-part thing here, maybe three parts. I finally decided where we want to put them. I wanted them to have some shade, don't want them to be out here in full sun all day. And so we found a spot, and you got to kind of think it through because I want their next spot to be close so I don't have to drag them in those chickshaws so far to their next spot. So we found a spot. I'm going to take you back and show you that. So we've got to set up the fences for that. We've got to catch these birds. We're gonna clip their wings. We'll show you how to do that. Pretty simple process. It's kind of like trimming your fingernail. It's not that big of an issue, but we wanna clip their wings so they don't just easily fly out of the pen they are in. And then we've got to get them moved across the farm. And it is evening, it's about 5 o'clock. And we're gonna put them in the chickshaws and leave them in there tonight, and we will let them out first thing in the morning. We want them to get used to their house. A lot of people will leave them in there 24 hours, but the chickshaws are kind of small for that. We'll show you those chickshaws, show you where they're gonna be, get the area set up, clip wings, and move chickens. Okay, so Uncle Ken was here, if you guys remember some of the last videos, and it was awesome, man. We got so many projects knocked out. This chicken shaw had a door that was broke, obviously. And so we've got the new door put up here. Oh, I'm surprised it fit. That was impressive. We've got the door put on there. This door we fixed. So both of these chickshaws are ready. These are Justin Rhodes chickshaws. He has plans for them on his page. They are free plans. So if it's something you want to do for your chickens, it is an awesome thing. We've been running these ever since we've had chickens here on the farm. They've got the wire bottom and roosts. These ones are 6x6. I've done some 8x6. Ours are a little bit different. We put smaller wheels and things like that, but they work perfect. At least 30 birds in each one, and they fit in there comfortably. On Facebook, man, people on Facebook, they're very opinionated, and I'm pretty sure they've never been on a farm, but they're thinking these are too small. Well, this is not a chicken coop that they stay in all night long. They do not go in these chickshaws except to lay eggs and to go up and sleep at night. And honestly, probably more than 30 could fit in here, but we've got 60 hens and we're gonna put 2 in here, so it's about 30 apiece. Whenever chickens go up and roost at night, they all go to one side, they're all close together, and they don't take up a lot of room when they're roosting. Now, if it was wintertime, and they didn't want to come outside and they stayed in these all day, yeah, that'd probably be too small. But for going up and roosting at night, that's all they use these for, and going in and laying their eggs. Each of these have a Hen Gear rollaway nest box on them. We've got a discount code, KC15, I believe it is. I'll put the discount code below. If you're looking into getting a rollaway nest box for any of your chicken coops, these are awesome, and I would definitely recommend them. We've been using them now for a couple years, and it is saving us so much time collecting eggs because they all roll to the same spot, and also we have so many clean eggs. So we got the chickshaws ready. Now let's go to the area where we're putting the chickens. So we are gonna bring the chickens right back over here. This is kind of where the kids come and hang out and play, but they won't mind. The chickens won't mind, the kids won't mind if they're all in the same area. I chose this area. As you can see, we've got a big, nice shade tree over here. They'll probably go up underneath, scratch and clean up the grasses underneath the trampoline. Who knows, the chickens may even use the swing or two, but we're gonna put them back in here. I want them to have shade where they can stay cool. And also, when you're thinking about moving these, the goal is to make your moves easy. You want to move right next door, close. I don't want to have to drag these chickshaws all the way across the farm, which I've done before, but it is definitely not fun. And if you don't make the move easy, then you're not going to do it as often. So Delilah and Leonard are right here, and they will be moving down to their next spot. So when we do that, we'll take the chickens from here and we'll move the chickens into their old spot. The chickens can help clean up the manure. They're still gonna have shade. I've also got access to water from this spigot over here, so it'll be perfect. So it took me a while. I was wanting to get all those things figured out and put them in an area where their next move is gonna be easy, and this is the spot we've come up with. Here's Leonard. You can see he's starting to blow his coat, but he's keeping his mohawk up top. That's a, ooh, horsefly. That's a pretty good look, Leonard, I like it. So there's Leonard and Delilah. We're gonna get some fences. We're gonna get the fences up first. The chickshaws are right over there, so I don't have to drag them too far. When they're empty, it's super easy to move them. When they've got 30 chickens, it makes it a little more difficult. So we'll get the fences, we'll get the chickshaws, then we're gonna start grabbing chickens and clipping wings. So a lot of people ask us, why do you not just move them in with your older flock? Well, we've got two reasons that we're not moving them in with our older flock. We've got some black soldier fly larvae. Let's give them a little snack. The first reason is this is the same breed of chicken, and it's gonna be hard for us to tell which one's the older ones. Now, we could band them all, and we've banded them before, so we could tell what the older breed of chickens were. So that is a possibility. What are y'all skittish about? But anyway, the biggest reason is these chickens, anytime we've introduced chicks or different chickens to their flock, they pick them like crazy. I've never had issues with that before, and I know people say introduce chickens at night and that won't happen. They'll just think they're part of the flock. But I just don't want that to happen. Those chickens, those pullets are 14 weeks old, close to laying age. I do not want them to start getting picked up and beat up and bullied. So I'd rather just have 2 pens of chickens. So I think it would be fine because there's 60 in here and there's 60 getting introduced. So I don't think they'd just bully a few of them since there's so many, but I don't want to take the chance. So we are just going to have 2 separate flocks. We'll have our older flock and our younger flock, and we will have 2 different stops to make, and I don't have to worry about chickens getting beat up, and I don't have to band all of these chickens. So there's the reason why we're not combining and just having one large flock. So let's go get the fences up, get the area set up, and we'll start moving chickens. Of course it's raining. Hopefully it's a short one and we'll get everything set up. All right, it's slow enough rain. Let's get started. We're gonna use 4 fences, so I need to get 2 more. Hey pigs, clear. All right, we've got a little steady shower. Actually feels kind of good. So we're gonna get to work. I'm gonna be smart and actually pull the chickshaws over before I fence around them, and gotta take the fence down. All right, Premier One is very good about letting you know, helping you if you're losing charge. And a lot of times on these chicken fences, this is where you're losing charge. If the black wire is touching metal, that's totally fine. But down here, you can see this white wire is slipped down off this white post and is hitting metal. And on your chicken fences, 9 times out of 10, that is where you're losing your charge. So we just need to take this loop and slide it up around the white so it's not hitting the metal. And that is on either end where your end post is. You need to check to make sure that white wire hasn't slid down onto that metal post. Okay, we've got it all set up. Decent little spot here for these chickens. We only ended up using 4 fences, but that will be just fine. They're 100 foot apiece. Now we've got water in there. We'll put some feed in there. Actually, we're not even gonna put feed in there because we're gonna feed them in the morning, but we'll put some water in there for overnight. And now the fun part, grabbing chickens, clipping wings, and getting them back to the chickshaws. All right, these brown sex-link chickens are 14 weeks old. I believe I mentioned that earlier. So probably about 6 weeks, around 20 to 22 weeks. Sometimes we've had them at 18 weeks. And when they first start laying, the eggs are really small. So they'll start laying bigger eggs a couple weeks after they start laying. Cal, come here, come here. Everybody wants to see you. Come here. We get a lot of questions about Cal. Where's he at? Well, he's been wandering off. So he's still back here. Still trying to figure out if we get a collar. Fencing the whole property in is not an option right now. So come here, say hi. He is doing good though. Good boy, say hi. For our new followers, he did lose an eye when he was a puppy. That's why he's got one missing there, but he is doing just great. Sometimes when you need help, you gotta bribe them. Brooklyn's gonna be driving the truck, so go ahead and pray for us. But she does a good job, but it definitely makes her a little more anxious to help when I say, hey, you can drive the truck. So we're gonna grab some of these. We're gonna show you how to clip their wings. We're gonna put them in the bins and we will take them back to the chickshaws. First one shouldn't be too hard to catch because they don't know what we're doing yet. They're not as crazy as the pigs. So all we're gonna do is take them. Let's grab our scissors here. All right, you're just gonna hold and spread those wings out. And like I said, it's like clipping fingernails. It's kind of hard holding one chicken, but you're just gonna clip the ends. And what this does, sometimes people will clip on one side and it will make them feel uncomfortable when they fly because they're a little wobbly. Sometimes people clip both sides. I still think these chickens are athletic enough that they could probably jump out still, but we'll clip both. It's gonna look like something got our chickens by the time we're done clipping 60 wings, but it is just clipping these feathers, so hopefully they don't fly out. So there's number 1. We got around 59 left, so let's start grabbing chickens and clipping.
How hard they were.
All right, we got about 10 done now. Now when you're clipping, you definitely don't want to come too far up on the feathers. We like to stay just down towards the end. Less is more. You can get higher up, and I guess it'd be kind of like clipping your quick. So you don't want to clip too high up when you're getting these wings. Just take off a little at the end, and that should be fine. All right, we've got the first 30. I think we got 30, I'm not sure. Now wish me luck, Brooklyn's taking us back to the chicken tractors. $29. All right, we were 1 short of our 30. You can see this is kind of like when we bring out the meat birds. They're kind of not sure what to expect, but there is plenty of room back in here. And like I said, they don't live in here. They go up here and roost and sleep at night, and that is it. So we're gonna lock them in, and we are gonna go get the rest of them and we're gonna fill up this other chickshaw. No chickens were harmed in the making of this video. We've got all the rest of them in the bins, ready to fill up the other chicken tractor and get these guys up for the night. A little farther. Keep going. Keep going, you're good. All right, that's good. All right, these will get moved every morning when we come out and feed them. Obviously, they're a little sketched out because this is a new area for them, but there is plenty of room. They'll get used to these roosting bars, and it's probably kind of weird because they don't have a floor in the bottom, so they feel like they're up off the ground, but that's where chickens like to be. It's just in the chicken tractor, they're not used to that because they've been on the ground. They had a few roosts, but probably not enough. So these guys are doing good. We're gonna come out in the morning and let them out and see how they do. I don't expect them to come flying out like the older ones that are used to being in these chickshaws, but they'll be able to come out here, enjoy some grass, move around, fly, and do what chickens do. So let's go shut up the old ones and we'll show you how they actually are used to these chickshaws and how they work for going up at night. Okay, we're up here with the older ones. Let's shut this off so we don't get shocked. But they're starting to run out now that they see me. They think they're gonna get a snack. What are you doing? It's bedtime. So I guess we'll wait a little bit to shut them up, but I just wanna show you how these work out. I believe there's close to 60 birds here and 60 birds back there. There's actually 58, Brooklyn and I counted them. But you can see, they spread out on the racks. There's plenty of room, and all they do is they go up in here and roost to sleep at night. So there's plenty of room in these chickshaws for 30 birds in each. We just let them go wherever they want. There's no rhyme or reason. They don't have numbers. 1 through 30 go in coop 1 and 31 through 60 go into coop 2. They figure it out. There's plenty of room. We'll come out and shut these up once they go up. It's not quite dark, and when I come out here, they think they're getting a snack. So we'll come out tomorrow morning. We'll open that up and see those birds for the first time. We call it safe range. They can go where they want. They can go get bugs. When they were in the chicken tractor, we were moving it twice a day, so they were able to get on fresh grass. And we waited till this age because when they're really little, they can fit through these squares down here. So they're at the size right now that they can't get through. They can jump over, but normally they want to be where their food is, where their coop is, and where their nest box is. So we'll come back tomorrow morning, open them up, and let them out. Good morning. Welcome back to the farm. Looks like one of the coop's doors fell open, which normally we leave them both open, but I wanted to have them closed up and ready to show you the chickens this morning, but we can show you one of them. Normally I'll leave them open so they can get out whenever they want since the fence is charged, and I feel like it keeps most animals out. But here's the unlucky group this morning, and here they come. So chickens are doing fantastic. I'm sure the other chickens will not come out this excitedly just because they're a little bit nervous and not really sure what to expect their first day out on pasture. Technically, this is not the first time they're on pasture. They've been on pasture since they were 4 weeks old. But this is the first time they're gonna be on a safe range pasture. And this is kind of what I expected. You can see they've filled out nicely. They moved around and spread out in there. They're sitting on the roosts as I scare them in farther. But there's plenty of room for the chickens. And eventually, someone's gonna be brave enough. Who's gonna be first? Probably not anybody, as I'm standing right here in front. But eventually, someone's gonna come out and check out the feed and water. Well, it's been about 3 minutes and nobody's ventured out. They're starting to make their way forward, but the longer I stand here, the longer it's gonna take for them to come out. The best part about these chicken tractors is the wire bottom floor. Most of their manure will fall through and fertilize the ground. That's why we'll move these once every day. I just move them one spot farther, and most of their manure happens in the evenings. And so that way they're fertilizing, we're moving, and I don't have to clean out chicken coops, which is awesome. So they've got the front open with wire, the whole bottom is open with wire, and obviously the back is not airtight with the Hen Gear nesting box back there. So they've got plenty of ventilation, 30 chickens in here, no problem. So we've still got morning chores to do. I'm gonna go finish morning chores. Before I go in, we'll come back out and see if anyone has been brave enough to come out and see what's going on outside of the chickshaw. Good morning, Henry. Got a little bit of food for you. Oh, till Luis grabbed it. All right, feeding the pigs, and I can see all the chickens have come out, so let's go check them out. We missed the great reveal of chickens coming out of their coops, but let's go see how they're doing. All right, like I said, they've been in the chicken tractor for, geez, I guess it's been almost 10 weeks. They've been outside. They've just got some freedom. I am gonna turn this off so I don't get shocked. This helps keep them in. I kinda wanna have it on. Well, at least they're coming to see us. I figured after we grabbed them all, they wouldn't be too keen on coming to see us in the morning. We got some still in the coops. Come on, chick, 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 chick. Come on. I don't know if I don't think they've found any feed yet, but I've got a trough feeder out here. I've got this gravity feeder. We're gonna get another one of those, and then we won't have to use the trough feeder. Actually, it looks like they've been picking in there. So we got their waters. A couple of them still inside the coop, not really knowing what to think of this, but I know that they are going to enjoy this. Now, a lot of times people will say you need to keep them locked in for 24 hours so they get used to what home is. I'm sure we're gonna have to come out tonight and grab a few and put them in the chickshaws, but they've got the shade underneath, they've got shade over here, and as that sun moves across, the shade is gonna keep growing out this way. So this is gonna be a great spot for them. They're not really sure what to do with their freedom, but I know that they are excited. They can go and do whatever they want. Good morning. What you got on your beak there, huh? Just been picking at some stuff. We get the question a lot about hawks since we've been here. What is this chicken doing? What are you doing? Since we've been here, we have only lost 4 chickens to hawks. So we do have hawks. Possibility we could lose some, but I feel like they can run up under these coops, they can run under the trampoline, and we haven't had a large hawk problem. So knock on wood, I think we will be fine. But just to lose 4, and I guess it's been almost 6 years now, those are not bad numbers. You can see inside we've got the bars up on the Hen Gear nest boxes because we don't want them to go in there and poop. Once we start seeing an egg in here, we will start putting those bars down and the chickens will figure out what that is for. So anyway, awesome to have them out. This is way better than pulling the chicken tractor every single day. We'll just move these and let them out. They'll probably be in this spot for 2 weeks at least, maybe longer. We'll just see how it goes. People will ask, How long do you keep them in an area? It just depends on how bad it's getting messed up, how much manure's on it. So we don't really have a set time, but we'll figure that out as we walk around and see how these chickens are doing. So our second batch, brown sex link, there was 58 of them. I remember we took our notes. We had 64 come. We ordered 60. They sent 64. We had 4 die in the brooder, and the rest are doing good. So 58. And these will really start laying heavy as winter comes, fall and winter comes. So we should be getting a good influx of eggs during that period. That was the reason we ordered them at the beginning of spring. How are you doing? Good morning. So they'll wander around, they'll find their water. They're exploring a lot of things right now. Good morning. Good morning. And it is definitely a new experience for them. I don't have nothing. I don't have nothing. But you guys are nice and friendly. So just be able to go around. If they see a bug, they can chase it down and go get it. They're not just confined to their 10 by 20 chicken tractor now. Aren't you guys friendly? Huh? Even after I grabbed you and clipped your wings last night, you're still doing good. So these are brown sex link. They're just a high egg production chicken from Valley Farms Hatchery. We really like them. They definitely warm up to you quick, and they lay a lot of eggs, which is our main purpose for having these chickens. So anyway, guys, Isaiah's finishing filling up the waters over there. We are going to turn this fence back on because we want him to get popped by the fence to know to stay in here. Yes, they can fly over it, but I don't know if you've seen that one just come running out of the coop. When they flap their wings, they're kind of off balance now since we clipped those feathers, and they're not as inclined to fly up and over. So 14 weeks, I'm hoping it'd be awesome to have some eggs in 4 weeks, but I'm thinking it's gonna be closer to their 20-week-old age. But we'll keep track. We'll obviously follow along as we get that first egg and see how these chickens are doing. So all the egg layers have their freedom to do whatever they want. We call it safe range, not free range, just because we do have these nets around, keeps anything out from getting in here to try and get these. I do like seeing that they've figured out the water already, and I know they've figured out the feed because it is scattered across the ground right here. So chickens are doing great. Pigs are over here complaining that I'm talking and not feeding. So Isaiah and I are gonna go around and finish up morning chores. Hey, Leonard. Hey, Leonard. How you doing, bud? There's Leonard and Delilah. We'll go over and start feeding them, get everyone else fed, go get some breakfast ourselves. We hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend, enjoying your morning. We'll see you guys on the next video, and don't forget to make the change.